What's going on, everybody? Mike here. If you'd like to join the ever-growing Fly Casual community, please take a moment right now to subscribe to our channel and share with a friend.
Of course, the holidays wouldn't be the holidays without a read-through of a classic poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, more commonly known as "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." However, Glee Club adjacent curmudgeon Papa Jin stopped by the studio one night for a read-through of his own take on Clement Clarke Moore's classic titled "'Twas the Night Before Slave Leia."
Hey, what I'm here to do tonight is there's a whole lot of hubbub out there about a little thing colloquially referred to as Slave Leia.
Oh yeah.
You boys familiar with all the much ado going on about the Slave Leia?
I've
heard. Well, hello. You and me need to swap stories there, Garrett.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Garrett, come on, man. Yeah.
I'm a little offended, you see, for all the people out there that are getting the panties in a bunch, because thinking that the Slave Leia, the action figures and all like that they're somehow hurting our children's sensibilities.
Mike.
So, well, don't listen to him. He just wants to murder kids. As I just heard that as I sat down.
Did endorse kid murder.
Crying out loud. But anyhow, as a result, I sat down and gave it a good thought, and I put pen to paper, and
here we go.
wanted to share a little thing with you. A little poem I put together in the spirit of the season. I call it "'Twas the Night Before Slave Leia." Sit tight. 'Twas the night before Slave Leia, when all through the palace, the only hut stirring had taken too much Cialis. There's more.
This is good.
The smugglers were hung in the alcoves with care, and we hoped his pal Chewie would soon be there. I should mention at this point that this is from the point of view of one Mr. Bib Fortuna.
Okay.
The freeloaders were nestled all snug on the floor, with spice-induced visions of a dancing rancor. With Ula in pieces and I wrapped in Lake Hoo, I had just settled in for a rough evening poo.
Oh, you got me with poo.
Are you boys going to be okay? Is that too rough language for you?
Toilet humor is always the best.
It's good.
I'll try to dial it back. I don't want anybody to get too excited. When in the morning I awoke with a start, my legs had gone numb, and I fell with a breaking of wind. I don't.
Oh, wow.
Again, I don't want you kids to get too riled up. The blast door was screeching open that morn, so I crept past my room and restashed my porn. I limped to the hall at the front of the house and found a Wookiee and a hunter named Bausch. Bausch demanded a bounty and asked for pro rata, but I fed him my line, pay Jabba, no bada. But then the short hunter hit me with this shocker. The giant hair beast was the mighty Chewbacca.
Whoa.
So back down the hall to the throne room I fled and whispered the news to Jabba's brown greasy head. As negotiations began, I puffed up my chest, but I nearly collapsed hearing 50,000, no less. Then what to my wondering eyes should appear but a shiny round thermal detonator. You like that?
Nice.
You got it.
I was on the internet for 12 hours for that rhyme. But the great Jabba laughed, and a deal was soon struck. That is, until into the alcoves Bausch snuck. He'd awoken the smuggler when he thought all were aslumber. He pulled off his helmet to reveal a her under.
Whoa.
I said to Jabba, a bounty hunter she's not. He said, totes, bro, but she is kind of hot. The slug had a point. She was quite a vision. And as luck would have it, we just opened a position.
Yeah.
So we found her a costume and fit her with chains. And all back to normal before mopping Ula's remains. Jabba tugged on the restraints whenever she sassed, causing 13-year-olds to remember climbing ropes in gym class.
Funny feeling.
But then came a Jedi to rescue his friends and gave my mind a rough case of the bends. He was fed to the Rancor, but made Rancor Rangoon So Jabba carted us all off to the pit of Carcoon. At this point, all was getting quite out of hand, so I carped some diem with my own backup plan. And wouldn't you know it, things ran amok. A fight broke out, and we were all royally, well, held at a significant disadvantage. I don't want to get the PG-13 rating. But no matter how many sabers and blast bolts had flown, no matter the Sarlacc burps or Weequay groans, the turning point had to be the guttural cry from the girl in the bikini as she choked the big guy. Say what you will about women's rights, you gotta give credit to a slave that can fight. A Hutt's pretty strong now, as much as 5D. So choking one out takes some chutzpah, you see. But was she done yet? Heck no, she goes on. She went up to the deck and took all the guards on. Then she pointed the cannon at the floor of the barge, cracked off a shot, 'cause now Leia's in charge. She then ran to where her brother waited and kissed him for luck, 'cause, well, see, it's complicated. And then they swung free and finished the fight, grabbing their droids flying off into the light. Legend has it that I got away, but not before I saw piles of ass kicked that day. And to anyone saying a helpless slave girl ain't groovy, I suggest you go back and rewatch the movie. Sure, she was hot, do with that what you will, but when push come to shove, she went for the kill. She was lying low, waiting for the right time to strike. So she was never really a slave, an assassin more like. Still, we're whiny over what we see as a vice, but she lowered herself for this huge sacrifice. She made herself vulnerable to save those close to her. So Merry Christmas, you trolls. Now get back to your sewer.
Yay! That was good.
Yes. Awesome, Papa.
I don't need your approval. Go eat one. I'll see you guys later.
Eat what?
We hope you enjoyed this special edition of Fly Casual. If you haven't already, please subscribe and rate us at iTunes, Stitcher, and all your favorite podcast locations. It is important that you rate us so that we can reach more and more people. As always, be sure to check out the show notes at betterkind.com. There are also many, many ways to join in on the conversation. Follow us on Twitter at FlyCasual1138. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/FlyCasualPodcast. We are also now on YouTube, so please take a moment right now to subscribe and ding the bell for updates. We are also now on Discord as well. Lots of opportunities to chime in. Reach out and say hi. Talk to you soon.